All right, what to do, everybody? Welcome back to Rich Chill and Play, back to the Cleveland Browns franchise. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play our first preseason game today. The biggest thing that we're looking at is the QB battle between Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel. Um, One thing to note, I know last time I was talking about how I really wanted Deontay Johnson and I was thinking about adding him, but I was like, you know what? Let's bring Elijah Moore back to the team. And funny thing happened, the Browns went and signed Deontay Johnson, so I got to bring him to the team anyway. So with that news, I'm gonna go ahead and release Elijah Moore back into free agency just because we did pick up Deontay Johnson and my guy Isaiah Simmons. He got picked up, I believe, by the Packers. So to be fair, I'm gonna go ahead and release him back into free agency. Now he may not get picked up on by the Packers here, but he did get signed to a team. So before I start, I want to go ahead and look in free agency because we are thin at safety, and I want to add something. So let's see really quick. We got two we can go for. We have Justin Simmons and we have Jordan Poyer. I like Jordan because he is actually a mentor. But Justin Simmons, he got that dev development. Hmm. Hmm. Oh man. I'm gonna go ahead and add Justin Simmons to the team. Um, just because he's that good. And I think it's some things that he can do on the team. He's a superstar dev. I mean, hey, you snooze, you lose. So why not, right? So I'm gonna add him to the team, and I want to let him start there, and then I will kind of have Runny going a little bit between free safety and strong safety. And anyway, Runny, I think he's more of a run support. Let me see, because I might just switch him. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch Runny to strong safety just to kind of be that backup, and then we'll go from there. So just to go and look and see at the roster where we left off last time, so we can see what it looks like. So we got Shedeur starting, we got Gabriel second, we got Kenny Pritchard, but I'm gonna switch it because Dillon was picked before Shedeur. So to be fair, I'm gonna start Dillon. And then the second part, Shedeur come in. Kenny Pritchard may get some playing time. We'll see. We got Jerome Ford, but I want to see the rookie. I want to see what the rookies got. So I'm gonna bring those guys in. Deontay, we're gonna move him up. I want him to play a little bit more of the slot, and I'm gonna let Tillman continue to keep his spot. And we'll go there. And then on defense, we got Simmons starting. We got Grant. We got Runny there. Um, we get to see what Swessinger have on the team. And we got Mason Graham. I got Mason Graham starting right now uh, until he can show us something a little bit different. And then for specialists, make sure my specialist is set up. Let me move Deontay in the slot. And this is where we're going to go. This is how we're going to start the preseason game. So if you know a little bit about my channel, how I do things is every quarter. Well, let me set up the weekly strategy first. We're not going to really go into depth on this right now. Like I said, it's a weekly strategy, preseason. We just want to see what our guys can do. and I'm gonna leave it here for now until I find out which one of the quarterbacks is gonna win that starting job. And we'll upgrade the players after the game. So now, back to what I was saying. If you know a little bit about the previous Cleveland Browns franchise, what I do is every quarter, I spin the wheel. That wheel will let me know what I'm running for the quarter. So if you knew, if I land on full, that means I'm playing full quarter offense and defense. If I land on defense, I will play defense early and I will let the CPU play offense. If I land on offense, same thing. I will play only offense and I will let the computer, the CPU play defense. If I land on moments, I will let the CPU run the entire quarter and I will only play those important moments. And if I land on CPU versus CPU, that entire quarter, we will get to watch the CPU go against each other for that entire quarter. So let's go ahead and see what we're running for the first quarter before we start. And we're going to start off with defense. So we got the Green Bay Packers here for the first preseason game. I'm not really worried about the Packers. Like I said, I just want to see what our team does.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Packers and the Browns, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Now, from the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland, Ohio, EA Sports proud to welcome you to Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns.
Hey, it's good to see our fans. It's good to see our crowd back into it. You can tell they're a little bit excited about this season. A new ownership came in the building. They got a new belief back, big dogs only.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter if it's preseason, regular season, playoffs.
Go ahead and get this started. We waited long enough. We ready for the season to start. So now I'm gonna put it on slow and then defense. And here we go. Let's go, y'all.
Here we go, week 1 of the NFL preseason.
DeAndre Carter, which he probably won't be on the team but before after preseason starts. But let's see what Dillon Gabriel got.
By the man from the University of Oregon, their rookie quarterback.
Decision making, aggressive, got a little speed on him, a little tad bit of awareness is average.
It's just check the box. It's one more step to getting to the regular season. But for these young quarterbacks, you just can't.
I'm definitely looking at that decision making. Okay. Okay, Judkins with the first run. I like it. I like it.
How does he command the huddle? How does he manage a game-like atmosphere? Until you put him under the bright lights, you just don't know the answers to the questions.
They'll be forced to just throw that.
He kind of holds on to the ball a little bit, I'm noticing. But that's just the first play. We gonna give him some grace. We ain't gonna judge him too hard.
The defense was all over him, and he really had
3rd and
no
4.
choice
What
but
you
to
got?
just get that ball out of his hands.
You see what I'm saying? You see? I'm paying attention to that. He's holding on to that ball, y'all. I think that was an unnecessary sack where he could have at least rolled out the pocket and threw the ball away. Not a good start. Not a good start. Good tackle.
He is going backwards.
All right, let's see what this defense got.
To make sure he did not get free. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter.
So our defense is pretty much the strength of our team. We got a solid D line. Really, I feel like a really solid D line. We got some pretty decent linebackers. And I like the fact that we was able to pick up Justin Simmons. Get to him. Yeah, Myles Garrett, he ain't gonna do too much of letting you run around, especially if you ain't no scrambling quarterback. Oh, he almost bounced that out of there. Good tackle.
And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3.
All right, I want to see how y'all get to the quarterback. Oh, wasn't going for that. 4th down. Good job, good job. That's what I said. I think the defense is the strength of our team. So, like I said, most of the battles or all the battles is mainly is what I want to see on offense.
It's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
All right, Dillon, round 2, to redeem yourself. See what you got.
For the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
Wow. Wow. It's safe to say, y'all. It's safe to say. Dillon is not doing too good. He is going against the starting unit of the Packers, but this is his decision making, and all I don't like it. We got a lot of football left to play, but I don't know what y'all see, but what I see is it's not looking good.
Some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here's 2nd and 6.
There you go. Good tackle, good tackle.
And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely
Let's bring a little bit of heat.
3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Love.
Good tackle.
In the hands of Watson.
And remember, we put Newsome on the block just to see if anybody will bite. I know in real life they're talking about possibly trading them or seeing what's out there. Doesn't mean I'm gonna necessarily trade them, but I do want to see what's out there. Wow, that should have been touchdown. But I'll take it. We'll take the stop. Dillon, it's not looking too good for you. And he's not handing that ball off. Look, look, look. That's 2 picks. That's just that fast. 2 picks.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. It's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still just kind of in shock that he just threw 2 picks back to back.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10. They go from the 11.
Held on to that ball. Good hold on, too.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. On 2nd down, Love. It is brought in.
Yep.
Romeo Dobbs.
Not looking too good so far.
Extra point by McManus, up and good.
2 picks. We still in the 1st quarter. He get to go out and show it. I told him I didn't like him sitting in the pocket, so he starts slinging the ball and throwing picks. I don't like him throwing picks. He's probably going to start back sitting in the pocket. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how Shedeur plays when he gets in.
Coming up now for 1st and 10. Browns offense and their quarterback.
Drop back.
Set to take the field once more. They trail here by a touchdown.
I'm not mad at it. Take it what's easy, but I think Dillon, to give himself relief, he's going to have to run that ball eventually. There you go. You're going to have to hand it off.
He'll get this ahead for about 3. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion.
That is the same play earlier where it didn't work out for him, but he handed it off this time.
This will
Our offense is stale.
Fourth down coming up.
So we done pretty much had interception, well, really punt, interception, and now a punt. 3 and out, 3 and outs.
This offense ready to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with their 1st and 10. Now Love.
Oh, you got to pick that. That was Graham too. Graham had his hands on that.
It's incomplete.
I would have loved to see him come down for his first defensive turnover, especially in the preseason game. A little wonky out there. I didn't like that play.
Here's a handoff.
Good tackle. Good tackle. Good job, Ogbo.
3rd down and 9.
All right. Let's see if we can get a 3rd down stop.
Out of the shotgun. It's Love. He gets that complete.
The problem with that is too much time in the pocket.
Side of midfield.
You got way too much time in the pocket.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Love.
He one-handed that too.
Here and complete this one. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Who's that that's hurt? Graham is hurt. It's going to be a tough season. We got to see how long he out.
Off the play fake. Here's Love.
Yeah, we getting cooked out there. We getting cooked out there, y'all. 14-0. Defense getting cooked. Offense can't do nothing. We don't have no momentum. And we're not giving the Browns fans nothing to look forward to right now.
That is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves.
All right, let's see if we can end this quarter. We got 3 total yards.
The Browns offense ready to take over
3 total
possession of the
yards.
football. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts
While they're running that, we're going to get ready to see what we're going to run for that next round. That. Yep. Yep. We need change, and we need it fast.
Here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a
And we are playing the full second quarter.
When you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the
Let's see if I can work the team back to some type of competitive game.
In a minute. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
All right, let's see what Shedeur has.
He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way.
Yeah, the only time is when you jump back in the game and skip a couple of plays up. So that's why that whole sequence happened where they was already 3 downs in. So we should get the full control now. But also with that, we got a 3 and out. Get off the block.
It'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's put some pressure on them.
A tight end in motion now. They'll go again with Lloyd. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
I'll put some more pressure on them too. We ain't not about to let Malik Willis beat us.
Willis now to throw. He'll get that complete to John
I feel like that's the second time they done ran that same play.
In business inside the 30-yard line. On the ground, it's Lloyd.
There you go. Good tackle. Good tackle.
Pick up to the 25. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with Lloyd. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. On first down, right back to Lloyd. He'll be taken down after a gain of
That's one thing. They catching those linebackers at the line.
Willis to throw. That is caught, and he's in.
I don't know what's going on, but we getting tore off the bone.
McManus on for the point after.
We getting tore off the bone.
His kick is good. And the Packers will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
I think the biggest part was killing us is that we can't get out of these 3 and outs. We can't convert on 3rd down.
Carter on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Okay.
The Browns offense
Let's
back
see.
onto the field. For their next possession, they find themselves down
Right, it's on
3
you.
touchdowns here. Needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
I want to see how Shedeur kind of slides in
It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team.
and pass the ball a little bit on the run.
More than their part, coming through again with another big stop for us.
It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
That was on me.
Last incompletion. It's really the story of the game. This offense
I was
is
gonna
having a
throw
really
it to,
hard time sustaining drives
Fannin.
that can lead to points.
But I didn't expect Zaire to be Alexander to Jair to be out there on defense
Especially early in these drives, so they can find
with that
themselves in
superstar
scoring
ability he
position
got.
and come away with some points.
Willis now to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving.
They about to run it.
Second down. On second down,
They said they was about to run it.
Good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Trying to run it with Lloyd. And he will have a Packers first down.
I don't understand why these gaps are so big. Change something up. There we go. Much better. Much better.
Here's 2nd and 9. Willis. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end.
Bring it down, bring it down.
Good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Oh, he doesn't pull it
Oh,
and the ball's out.
it was a good strip. It was a good
This is gonna
strip,
get out of
but it went out of bounds.
So possession does not change hands.
Move that a little bit.
Throwing is Willis. That is caught at the 3. And he gets
I don't understand why my DBs are getting cooked like this.
5-yard line. Here's a run. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
I think what we noticing is the number one thing is we are in get him. We are in desperate need of consistent play at quarterback, which we haven't got there yet. So we still got some questions, which I do understand. We still got 2 guys that needs development. But I still think it's about who we can start the season with, because if I don't have any faith in any of these guys, then we will be starting the season with Joe Flacco.
We'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. McManus and the field goal unit come on. This about as short as you can get. McManus's kick is good.
All right, before we head into halftime, let's see if we can get one more little goal with Shedeur.
Nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating.
All right, Shedeur.
Settling for too many field goals.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this.
Now that, I just don't understand it. I feel like that was one of the easiest things to throw. And he straight up missed the receiver.
Not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta have it.
The one thing I'm noticing is they getting through that line pretty fast. All right, let's see if we can make them choose.
They'll look to throw. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
That was a hell of a catch, though.
He's on for the 5th time this afternoon.
Good tackle.
Before he can even think about returning that one. Wow. 1st and 10 now from the 36. To throw is Willis.
Mine?
Give me that. Give me that. Good job, Baker. Good job, Baker. I kind of read that the whole way. I'm trying to find the most simplest plays for Shedeur to get the ball out fast. What the hell was that?
Intercepted. Picked off by Carrington Valentine. And he's going to be
He threw the ball behind him.
set up in great field position inside the red zone. Throwing Willis.
Mine?
Thank you, Ronnie.
End zone and intercepted.
Sit down. Thank you, Ronnie. Defense is stepping up. So Shedeur doesn't really have accuracy on throwing the run. I have 2 quarterbacks that's sitting ducks. Can you at least throw a screen? I want to see if can you do the simplest of the simple. There you go.
Here's a screen set up for 4.
There you go. Something with some positive yards.
Catch on 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw.
Come on.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. They go down as an incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about
That's an
chasing
easy
points.
pass to Fannin.
Let's chase first downs. Let's chase
Come on,
completions.
Fannin.
Just start
Come on,
building
Fannin.
something small.
Get out of bounds.
Oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know,
That was a great play.
A huge play just before the half.
That wasn't you, Shedeur. That was Fannin Jr. getting his
They'll look to throw
whoa.
yet again. And he'll just get rid of this.
That was a hell of a blitz, but
And that'll set up second down.
jeez.
Back to the air one more time. He keeps
Get out.
himself.
Just get out.
It's a good effort here by the quarterback. He does the wise thing. He picks up all he can, all while protecting himself. He hightails it out of bounds.
I think one thing that I'm learning is that
A successful
I just don't
drive, but in
trust
danger
the-
of stalling. Trying to convert now on third.
I don't trust the
and
receivers.
7. And that is incomplete.
Mike, when you're
No one can get
completing
open.
less than
And I'm watching the
35% of your
field.
passes, you're
Unless
just
I'm
not
missing
gonna win a lot of
something, nobody
games
can
in
get
the
open.
NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Back to throw.
Mine?
That's going to be intercepted.
That was on me. That was on me.
They're gonna take over at their own 11
He was
yard
camouflaged in that end zone.
line. The first set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
All right.
And they'll let that
Let's
run
see what we gonna
instead.
run
Just take a knee.
this next
Take
quarter.
this on into the locker room. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our
Full
EA
again.
Sports
Okay.
halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The
All right.
preseason
So
is
first
upon
have
us
some honest
as these two
moments.
teams get
A couple of those
both these
honest
teams running
moments
through their
is
final adjustments. It's time
I
for
play
the
like
second half.
trash.
And for the call, let's get it back out
Other
to Mike
moments
Tirico
is
and
that
Greg Olson.
my quarterbacks are trash. So
Hi, Coach. Thank you.
Second
Two
half,
very different halftime
I wanna
speeches
slow it
by
down a
these
little
head
bit,
coaches. That's for
give
sure.
them
As
more,
we get set for half number 2.
a little bit more easier plays to run. Get on the running game.
Dangerous Mecole Hardman
I'm not
on
really
return.
focused on really trying to come back and win. I just want to build some type of continuity with the offense and the defense. So that's what we're going to focus on.
They'll start this
There you go,
on the
drop
ground
down.
with Moore.
The tackle.
That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3.
Okay, they down to the backup.
They'll run with Emmanuel Wilson. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line. To throw, here's Willis. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they'll have it across midfield.
The only thing I don't like is that
46-yard line.
we can't really put pressure on that quarterback.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is into the hands of Wicks. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up second and 5.
Now keep the pressure on him because we know he'll throw an interception. What are you doing?
Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line.
Okay, tell me something.
Here's Willis.
Oh, I was right there.
Right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Throwing Willis.
See that shit right there. Why is he wide open with 3 people in that area? I mean, it is Matthew Golden. His speed is ridiculous, but still. I think Matthew Golden's speed in Madden right now is a 98. So yeah, I can't see how he got behind the defense, but that still shouldn't happen.
the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go.
Let me see if I want to see if Shedeur can throw across the field.
Intercepting him twice, forced into a
That's a big throw. Good throw. That was a big throw.
All game long. A big play to kick off this drive.
Now I want to see if he can throw across the field this way.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Got time. Don't rush it. This is a big throw.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
I see they guys
Back to the air again on
make him pick.
2nd and 10.
Mm.
Middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws.
I'm sorry, Browns
He had an
fans.
opportunity there for a nice pickup, off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
That was a great way to throw it up the seam. I just wish he would have held on to the ball.
It'll set up a 4th down.
So the defense comes out in
At this
a cover
point,
2 shell.
we ain't got
What that
nothing to
means, Mike,
lose.
is the 2
Might as well go
safeties are gonna
for it.
Split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really, where you can attack.
I'll take that.
Unfortunately, this is going to get out of bounds.
I did have a couple of people that I could have threw it to. I didn't trust Shedeur's arm. We already know one of his knocks is he doesn't have a strong arm.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted.
Now, if you was wondering why I threw that, I didn't throw that pass. I have thrown that pass a million times in Madden with different quarterback, but it goes to also show and prove that he just really don't have the arm strength. He doesn't have it. So if Shedeur somehow does start, we're gonna have to change the offense where really throwing the ball downfield is not gonna be a thing that we're able to do with him, which sucks.
Play action, he'll set up to throw.
It's sad.
Gets there, and down he goes. A tough spot. 3rd and long.
We ain't going for that.
Willis to throw.
It's good one. Good one.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Jeez.
The coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate.
So when I say he doesn't have an arm, these are the plays that I'm talking about that we'll have to run. Something quick, whatever's open, you have to get it out. If nothing's open, you have to throw the ball away. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Green Bay defense is just amazing or you can't take that. That was a nice throw. That was a nice, confident throw.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they're going to work this down.
Good run, Sampson.
45.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have 2 or 3...
Another good run by Sampson.
On the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
He'll run. This is Jerome Ford. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Evan Williams is there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7.
Should be to one of the tight ends. Good hold on to the ball, Bates. And this is going to be another quick throw. Like I said, I just can't trust Shedeur on the longer throws. Quick throw. something easy, something simple. Get the ball out of his hands. Let's move on.
First down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. On the handoff, 4.
The only thing I can vow to y'all is that y'all won't see a game like this again. I can guarantee you that. Y'all will not see a game like this again.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
Hold on to it.
Going over the middle. This one is complete.
That's the second time Thrashton caught the ball and he didn't broke a tackle. I like that.
Finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here.
Get out of there.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run
Get in
this
there.
one in.
Good job, Sampson.
He will dive into the end zone.
Sampson deserved that drive anyway. Sampson had a few big runs that kind of got us down here to where we needed to be anyway. So I'm glad to give it to him.
Browns are able to edge a bit
So
closer.
at least we didn't get shut out. We got on the board.
Both teams ready to go once more.
But I vow to y'all, y'all will not see a game like this before no more. This was horrible.
Now to return it. And he'll be brought
All right,
down
let's see how we're
just
going to close
beyond
out the
the
quarter.
25-yard line. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. EA Sports
All right,
back for
we're
more.
going to let computer finish it out.
First and 10. They'll start this on ground with Brooks.
Good tackle.
And that's not going to yield a whole lot. To about
So
the 28
as computer is wrapping up the 4th quarter, I think a few things to kind of go over is that quarterback position. We still don't have an answer, not right now. It's the first game. It was both of these guys' first NFL start in the preseason. I'm not going to hold their feet to the fire that much.
bring up 3rd down.
Dylan, Gabriel, I mean, I just didn't like what I saw from him starting off early on. The only pass I will give him is that
Faking the give.
he was going against the starting defense, and the Packers have a pretty good defense. But I think the things that I saw that he was forcing passes into coverage, which led to 2 picks back to back. I don't like that he was holding the ball in the pocket. That was a big thing. Shedeur, the only thing that kills me is that I think he can make a lot of those throws
He'll get forward
if
for
he
a
had
few
the arm
yards.
strength.
On the return.
So not having arm strength limits him being able to throw on the road, run. It limits him to be able to make certain passes. It's limited him to make certain passes in the pocket.
Start this drive with first down.
So, well, not in the pocket, but in tight spaces. So
That is not the
we'll have
way
to see.
start
I
a
think it's
drive.
going to take every preseason game to kind of evaluate these guys and see what they're able to do. Running back position. I like what I have. I think with Judkins and Sampson,
Man is David Bell.
I may not need Ford. I mean, I have we drafted 2 rookies for a reason. I mean, Ford is a solid back, but Ford don't have to be a back on this team. So I think Ford will probably be in a space of being up for trade. If not, he might be a cut candidate. You know, that's just the way it is. And we'll run with Judkins, Sampson, and Strong Jr. on the roster for running back. Wide receivers, I'm not really stressed. Oh, nice. Is that Thrash again? And it's so funny that this just happened because I was just about to talk about Thrash, that the biggest person that I'm seeing that's breaking out is Thrash. This is the 3rd time Thrash done caught the ball. He done broke a tackle that led to extra yards. That's something big. So I think he's gonna find a way. He's gonna find a way in playing time, whether it's slot or something. Good job, Dillon. Thrash is definitely gonna be on the team. He gonna get a spot. So I don't know how that's gonna work between him and Deontay Johnson, but I love what Thrash is showing me in the preseason. Defense, it wasn't really any touchdown. That was Ford. So Shedeur came down there and threw a touchdown. I like a good job. I don't think it's really no position battles in the defense that we're really looking at. I mean, Graham, he is gonna start. The only thing is he got hurt. I don't know how long. We're gonna check it out and see. But we're pretty much set in the DB room with what that looks like, the linebacker room with what that looks like, and pretty much on the line. Good job.
And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Bannon Jr.
Sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here, this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism.
So that was a great job from Shedeur. The three people that really made that drive was Shedeur. I like what I saw with Thrash, and like I said, I like when I see Sampson, Dillon Sampson run that ball.
Packers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line.
Well, let's see what the defense got.
A run with Brooks to begin this drive.
You gotta make that tackle, Baker.
He's going to have the Packers first.
You gotta make that tackle. You're the first one there.
34-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this.
Got my boy Simmons in that cornerback over there.
A run here with
Once again, y'all not making that tackle. The first person that touch him is not tackling him.
Count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort.
Get to him. Hell of a sack. Hell of a sack.
offensive line, and down he goes. This a must.
3rd and 12.
This defense facing
3rd and 12. I like it. It's a little fight in us.
throwing Willis.
Get to him. Good way to break through. Get him. Back-to-back sacks. Great job.
They get him again. Packers set to kick this one away.
That was a great defensive outing.
Field position game here.
Great defensive outing.
Quarter lead. But he cannot get away.
All right, let's see
Great
what
job
Shedeur
down there
has.
to hold him to a short return. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their.
All right, 2nd and 9. What you got, Shedeur? Drop back.
He'll throw.
Drop back. Whoa. Whoa.
He did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a
That was a
big
weird
loss.
animation. I haven't seen that one before.
What can they do
I
here?
feel like it
This
was a
is
bit
3rd and
unnecessary.
forever.
3rd and 25. You need a little bit of time that you don't have. Yeah.
Continue to go backwards.
You out there
He's
looking like
taken down
Willis.
for a second. Trailing late, they've
Going for it.
gotta go
4th and
here.
32.
It's
Interesting.
back
Only
to
thing is
throw.
no time. No time.
He's gonna
He
let
launches
this
it up.
one go deep.
Mine?
Wow.
And he's gonna take this one all the way.
Did y'all see what I just saw?
5 yards.
This boy, James Thrash,
Cleveland.
is the truth. I've been dogging Shedeur Sanders throw arm strength all game, but he just dropped a dime. Probably one of the best dimes I done seen in Madden in a long time.
Themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2 here.
I don't know about y'all, but Shedeur's winning this quarterback battle right now.
Now the gun, they'll give it.
The reason why I say that, the one thing that I like was that in my mind, that drive was over. You got sacked twice in a row. You down 4th by, what was it, 4th and 32. You backed all the way up. I didn't think he was gonna have time to throw, and that boy stepped up in the pocket and dropped a straight dime that led to a touchdown. I can't say if I would think Dillon would do it or not, but like I said, next game Dillon will have a whole half to be able to kind of redeem himself and prove what he's able to do. But I want to see more from Dillon. I didn't like the outing that I saw.
We'll see if they can make this a two-score game on this one. First down and 10. He'll find his man.
But Green Bay got to watch out because, hey, we making a comeback. We still in this game.
They'll work now on second and 4.
We get the right stop. We might have a different conversation right now.
Off the play fake.
Get to him. Ooh.
Not on the same page with his
We might be having a different conversation, y'all. Come on. Let's get the crowd in there. This is what I'm talking about. When I said big dogs only, this is the mentality I'm talking about. That was a hell of a catch. That was a hell of a catch. I hated that. That was a hell of a catch.
First down, Packers.
But the big dogs only is pretty much the mentality of going in there and playing football from first quarter to fourth quarter all the way through. And I have to give it to them. They playing.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, we'll try again. It's second and 10. Another try with Brooks.
The tackle.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to
We need a
third
stop. And we need a stop right here that'll make them punt the ball. This is huge. This is huge. Great stop. Great stop, Baker. One timeout, 1 minute and 53 seconds left on the clock. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this thing right on up.
No return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line.
Demore Thrash got 5 receptions, 202 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's having a career game. Second and 10. I'm not going to panic because Shedeur has been proving me wrong. Give him time. Good. Good. Great play. Show me something. Show me something. Ooh. If it was just a little bit higher, he could have got that over his head. Second and 10. Second and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
Good. Get out of bounds. You got to get out of bounds.
And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Throw that ball. Whoa.
He'll air it
Whoa.
down the middle. That is incomplete.
Shedeur like Thrash. That's it. You can tell that's his favorite target.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Come on. Good run. Get out of bounds.
It's a gain of 10 yards. It's a
I'm liking Sampson too. I'm liking Sampson. He gritty.
He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here comes
Come on.
second down.
Come on, Shedeur. Settle down. Get the ball out. Get the ball out. God dog it. He didn't sense that pressure. He didn't sense that pressure. Oh, I wish he would have threw it away.
Clock stops. 46
All right.
seconds to go.
I mean, last time I was panicking, he proved me wrong. So
Throwing now on 3rd and
get the
long.
ball out.
He'll get this one to his safety.
All right. Y'all got hooked. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to go.
Hoping for a little more on that one. Brought
Come on.
down
Come on.
short of the
You got time.
We'll bring up the 4th down.
Wow.
And this is not going to do it. Their defense.
Did y'all see that? He had the first down. Now, it wasn't going to be nothing he can do anyway. We didn't have no timeouts, but it was a hell of a show of it was a hell of a show of effort from offense and defense. Good comeback or attempt at a comeback. I'm not mad. There's some things we can build up on. I think my play as a user got to be a lot better. It kind of put the team in a hole in a way, but I think that's what makes some of this stuff exciting. You just don't know what you're gonna get. But it was a good game. It was a good game. We got a lot of things to take back. We didn't get our first win in front of the crowd, but that's all right. We're gonna give them something to look forward to.
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been
Let's
watching
take a look
the
at the stats.
NFL on EA Sports.
Like I said,
For more,
Shedeur,
log on
2
to
touchdowns, 3
easports.com.
interceptions,
So long,
48%
everybody.
passing. Like I said, I don't like that. He wasn't really accurate. Gabriel was 1 of 4, 4 yards passing, 2 interceptions. Horrible. Don't like it at all. We'll see what he do next game. Quinshawn Judkins, he had 4 attempts and 11 yards. The person that I like was Dillon Sampson. I think he came up and had some great runs from us, 2 broken tackles. Jamari Thrash had an amazing game. I mean, he came up with some big tackles. I mean, big catches. He had some great broken tackles. I like what I saw from Harold Fannin Jr. As a rookie tight end. He had another good game as well. And then the defense, I mean, Jerome Baker, he had 11 tackles. I mean, he pretty much played the entire game. Other than that, it wasn't nothing too much going on with the defense. I mean, the defense, we got what we was gonna get, especially with the backup. So that's what it is. What it is. And we got some upgrades. So we got Wide Taylor. Get his upgrade. Got Malik Collins. Definitely upgrade him. The boy looking like Luke Cage. And you gotta think a lot of these upgrades came from the actual training camps as well. Well, some of them. We got Ogbo here. Got Cedric. And if you notice, if they're within a few limits of, they might be outside their scheme. Just like, he's powered, but it's a little bit of agile. I'm gonna go with the scheme just because you're trying to build your players to fit your scheme. If it's far off, like, up to 10 points, then I'm gonna just put it at what they're good at. I'm not even gonna try to build up another second part if it's too far off. But if it's right in line, I'm gonna put it on the team scheme because that's the part the coordinators are developing you to be inside the scheme. All right. So that's it. We got down the first preseason game. Like I said, we saw some things that we liked. We saw a lot of things we didn't like. That those first 3 quarters, like I said, you won't see that again. That was horrible, just on my behalf, and then just the Cleveland Browns. Period. We're gonna have different type of games going forward, but that was the first week. So appreciate you for chilling with your boy. Like, comment, and subscribe. To the end. Salute.